his son. Rules of engagement can make or break the outcome of a firefight for our soldiers, and during the 8-year period of Obama's presidency, this fact was pushed to its very limits. Reports have surfaced daily since Trump took office of how many of our troops lost their lives due to the negligent and treasonous way that Obama changed our RO. Our troops were not allowed to engage an enemy unless they were literally in contact with them, and air support was often null and void in cases where it could have prevented the deaths of many of our own. Obama seemed to be more concerned with the lives of his terrorists than he was with our own military, and Gold Star parents, as well as members of the military, are coming out in force to finally speak about it. This should be viewed as a war crime in my opinion, and Obama should be charged to the fullest. Now a Gold Star father is sharing his heartbreaking story about how his son was killed thanks to Obama's asinine policies. According to Independent Journal Review, President Donald Trump has received praise from the military after he and Secretary of Defense James Mattis made a change which loosened the rules of engagement, giving the military more freedom to act. For example, troops were no longer required to be in contact with the enemy in order to fire back, and air support is now much easier to obtain. On Wednesday, Gold Star father Billy Vaughn appeared on Fox News to explain just how important a change this was and how it is saving military lives. Billy's son, Aaron Carson Vaughn, was a Navy SEAL who was killed on August 6, 2011, in the Tangi River Valley of Afghanistan after his chopper was shot down from the sky. Months later, they found out that the downing of Extortion 17 was at best unnecessary and at worst, a negligent, reckless loss of life according to their website. During his interview, Vaughn explained that there were many things that should have been done differently, and they were a direct result of the old rules of engagement. He stated, the helicopter pilots, when they were giving testimony, one of them said that there was a 1 in a million chance that they could get pre-assault fire approved, and the other one said we never ask for it because it's never approved anymore. It was 2 different testimonies at 2 different times. That could have saved the warfighters that night. He went on to describe the horrific night. Also that night, the AC-130 overhead asking to engage multiple times enemy combatants on the ground was not allowed to engage those enemy combatants with weapons, and it's very likely that one of those enemy combatants took that chopper down that night. Then he explained how Obama operated. President Trump in August said that he was going to give more authority to the war fighters on the ground, to those people. Under President Obama, a lot of that authority, as you made an earlier comment earlier tonight, was being done by people back in Washington, D.C., inside the White House, who had never seen the theater of war, who had never been in the battlefield at night with bullets whizzing by heads. Another shining example of Obama's deadly changes made to the rules of engagement is what has been dubbed as Extortion 17 scandal. Freedom Daily reported on this specific situation in gleaming detail. A highly decorated Air Force officer is breaking her silence about the disturbing incident that occurred back in 2011 that marked the deadliest attack on Navy SEALs in U.S. history. She claims that Obama's administration covered up what happened to 38 of our warriors in Afghanistan, when a Chinook helicopter crashed and killed 38 fighters. She says had it not been for Obama changing the rules of engagement of our military to protect Muslim terrorists, that our men would still be alive today. To give you a full appreciation for the